All right, we're back. We left off on the coaches, and we'll begin, guys, with the coaches. John Fox, another member of the Broncos. He is now gone, parted ways with John Elway and the Broncos, which is kind of funny because John Elway actually, in a press conference today, thanked himself, saying it was a heck of a year. I don't know why, but nevertheless. But we'll get back to Mr. Fox. Obviously, he's out of a job, but will he be out of a job for long? He recently, I guess, refused the job with the Jets, turned it down. But will there be more suitors, and will he be back in the NFL on the sidelines come, I guess, September?
I think you'll see him quicker on the sidelines in the NFL than Trestman in Chicago, for example. But I think because he has a pedigree of being successful, I don't know if he's going to get a head coaching job, but he'll get a coordinator's job.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see someone make a shuffle to get him in there. I like him a lot more than the other coaches that have been let go, like Trestman and Ryan, personally.
All right, well, you're going to get to that. We might as well get to Rex Ryan. We know your thoughts, so we might just move to Greg for this entire thing. No, Rex Ryan's still staying in that AFC East division, moving from the Jets to Western New York to go to Buffalo. Guys, is this a good move? I'm going to say yes, because he has a heck of a defense there, and he's a defensive coach. Do you guys agree with that assessment?
I think he's going to bring a circus there for sure. That's what he always does, right? Makes it about himself, and his teams play poorly as it goes on and on. I'm sure the defense is going to be fine. The offense is a little bit of an issue right now, right? You have one premier weapon right now.
Yeah, see, Buffalo's at that stage right now as a team, as a franchise. They're either going to get a whole lot better or they're going to plateau or even go down, because they're at that kind of, they're one of those middle-of-the-road kind of teams that could get a lot better, and they have shown, at times they can be a pretty good club. At the same time, they've shown that they're not very good at all. So
I like Rex, but I was going to get back to this. I like Rex Ryan because you guys said it. He's got a great defense. They're on the incline. They're not declining, because if you have a strong defense, much like he did when he came into New York, he could take you to an AFC Championship game. Now, on the other side of the ball, that might be concerned. He had Mark Sanchez, a guy who wasn't that great of a quarterback, somewhat average, but you know what? He got to that game. That's all you need to do. However, this time around, he couldn't help out a guy that he had, like Geno Smith. He's got E.J. Manuel. Does he have to bring in another quarterback, or can he mold Manuel to be that guy like Mark Sanchez was and just kind of operate the offense lightly and kind of just get things moving while the defense takes care of the rest?
I think the script's going to be exactly the same. They might sneak in there once in the playoffs, and then you'll see the QB exposed for what he is. Like, if you don't have a top 10 QB, top 5 QB, you're not getting in the finals.
So you're saying Manuel is as good as Geno Smith, or worse than Geno?
Yeah, better than Geno Smith. I'd say he's between that Sanchez when they got there and whoever the heck else the Jets threw out every single week after that, right? It doesn't really matter unless he can get the job done every day and be a threat.
So you're not bad quarterback, but you're not a great quarterback. Yeah. And I think if they cater their offense to the skill set of their quarterback, yeah, they can succeed, but at the same time, if your skill set of your quarterback is below average, that skill set's still going to result in you not going where you want to go.
Okay, guys, well, I will say this. He has a tattoo, Rex Ryan does, of his wife in a Sanchez jersey. I think it'd be appropriate if he gets another one with E.J. Manuel with his wife wearing the E.J. Manuel jersey.
I don't want to see that tattoo. I don't want to see that tattoo.
Hey, well, you know what? Hey, you know what? That circus might be coming to town. Hey, we're gonna move on to we'll move on to somewhere else. We're actually talking about football. The college football playoffs came to a close yesterday, and I thought this was the most brilliant idea. Long time coming. I loved it. And I imagine you guys did the same. You had Ohio State and Oregon in the final. Oregon wouldn't even, or Ohio State wouldn't have been in there if it wasn't for this playoff. Guys, how would you rate the new playoff format, and is there any tweaks that you would want to add to it?
Make it longer. Bring in 8 teams possibly. And I think they will. I think it comes down to dollars and cents, and I think college football is laughing to the bank right now because it was exciting, and last night's game was great. Love the Ducks jerseys, by the way, but I can see it getting bigger next year.
Yeah, just a side note, Oregon is the best program to play for. Different jersey every game, different
helmet every game. How do they do
game.
that? Like,
it's unbelievable.
Can you imagine their budget?
Yeah, but I think the playoffs is fantastic. I liked what they did. I I like the controversy with TCU and Baylor not getting in. You don't have a conference championship, you don't get in. I thought that created a lot of drama. We were in Alabama when Alabama lost, and no one talked the whole day. Everyone's still wearing their Alabama gear. No one said a word the whole day. But I thought it was exciting, and I think now you have a true champion. Whereas in years past with the polls, and it was a very frustrating process. So I think this is great.
Okay, how about this? Because I know I added this as a question for you guys before about the Oregon Ducks being the best college team. The reason why I say that, because if you think about it, the last decade and a half, they have the highest winning percentage. So with that said, even though they didn't win, would you still consider Oregon the top team? Or is it just saying, you know what, this is what determines a top team is the national championship?
Oh, yeah, you win on the field. If you don't win on the field, you're not the top team. Ohio, the Buckeyes are the top team, not Oregon.
Yeah, they're not the national champion. I hear that a lot, saying Oregon's not an elite program. What they've done the last 10 years is absolutely amazing. They're an elite program, there's no question about it, but they're not the national champions.
How about this? Who impressed you the most? Was it Cardell Jones or Ezekiel Elliott?
I got a little bit of a man crush maybe on Cardell Jones, so he reminds me of someone that plays for the Steelers. So,
but the thing is, the amazing thing for Ohio is what they overcame. They overcame so many injuries. They overcame a loss to Virginia Tech back in September. You thought that team was done, and there's no way.
Going on with a third-string quarterback.
And then how do you win with a third-string quarterback? And they did.
Exceptionally well. So you're saying Cardell was more impressive to you than the 246 yards?
Well, I think the running back was awesome, but at the same time, a third-string quarterback, and I don't know if you credit him or credit the coaching staff or both, but they did a heck of a job to get him prepared, and he did a heck of a job in the game.
Hey, I got 4 words for you. Urban Meyer, urban legend. That's all I have to say about his coaching. All right, we're going to take a timeout. When we return, we're going to come back with more Gloves Are Off. Over under next.